Okay, so let's just dive right in. The iPhone Fold, I mean, for years it's been the ultimate rumor, right? Just pure vaporware.
Always just around the corner.
Exactly. But the stack of sources we've looked at today, they make it pretty clear that someday is, well, it's September 2026. So our mission here is to move past all that hype and just focus on the technical realities, the launch plan, and some of the really surprising compromises they're making.
And the real catalyst here is fascinating because it wasn't some big internal Apple leak.
No, not at all.
It was that, the Samsung slip-up at CES this year.
Right. Samsung Display, one of their key partners, they just for a moment showed off this zero-crease OLED prototype.
And the technical specs on it.
Were a dead ringer for the leaked iPhone Fold CADs, a 7.8-inch panel, that 4.3 aspect ratio.
Exactly. And that basically confirms the biggest piece of the puzzle is solved.
The crease. Apple's historical rejection of that visible plastic crease you see on competitor devices.
That seems to be the key. But it's not just the screen, it's the entire structure. The reports we have are pointing to liquid metal in the hinge.
Liquid metal, so amorphous alloys.
Right. It gives you incredible structural strength, but allows the device to be, well, extraordinarily thin. We're talking 4.8 millimeters when it's open.
Wait, hold on. 4.8 millimeters. That just sounds impossible.
It's thinner than the current iPad Pro.
But how do you power something like that? The sources are talking about a massive, 5,800 milliamp battery inside. How does that even fit?
Well, that's where you have to rely on just absolute efficiency. This only works with the kind of gains you get from something like the rumored A20 chip, moving to that 2-nanometer process.
Ah, okay. So that's how you square the circle. A hyper-efficient chip paired with a physically huge battery. So all this incredible tech, it requires an equally aggressive market plan.
Let's talk strategy, because this launch seems designed to shock. Oh, absolutely. They're going with what the sources are calling a split strategy.
Yeah.
Which basically means they are clearing the stage to make the Fold the absolute star of the show.
And this is where it gets really interesting for anyone waiting for the next iPhone. In September 2026, you don't get the standard iPhone 18.
Nope.
You get the iPhone 18 Pro, the Pro Max, and then this iPhone Ultra Fold.
And the standard lineup. It gets pushed all the way back to spring 2027.
They're making a lot of people wait just to spotlight this, what is it, a $2,400 Halo device?
Yeah, that price tag tells you everything. This is not for the mass market, not yet. This is about reclaiming that title of most innovative.
Okay, but a $2,400 price screams innovation, but the sources suggest even Apple had to make some serious trade-offs to hit that zero-crease, ultra-thin goal. What's the biggest regression we found?
I mean, this is the big one. To get that internal screen so pristine and so thin, you reportedly have to ditch Face ID on the inside.
Really? No Face ID.
Apparently, the under-display camera tech just isn't powerful enough yet to handle that necessary security depth mapping.
So, let me get this straight. You're paying $2,400 for a device. And to unlock the main screen you're reverting to, what, a side-mounted Touch ID sensor in the power button?
That's what the sources indicate. A deliberate regression just for the internal display.
Wow.
And then there's just the simple physics problem of portability, the weight.
Right.
Even with premium titanium and aluminum, the Fold is expected to weigh over 300 grams.
And a Pro Max is what now? Around 220?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you'll definitely feel this thing in your pocket. It's not a subtle device.
And crucially, they have to nail the software. The sources all emphasize this dedicated foldable OS, probably iOS 20, with a continuity feature to seamlessly transition apps from the 5.5-inch cover screen to that big internal one.
That part has to be flawless, or the entire experience just falls apart. If you look at the immediate impact on Apple's own product line, the implication is pretty clear. An 8-inch tablet that folds into a phone.
It effectively makes the iPad mini obsolete.
Completely. And it just confirms Apple's famous willingness to undermine its own products if it means winning a new category.
So what does this all mean for the industry? The real takeaway here isn't just about Apple finally folding a phone. It's that the entire foldable category is finally maturing. If that Samsung zero-crease tech becomes the new standard...
And the primary technological excuse for avoiding foldables, that visible screen distortion, is just gone for everyone.
Exactly. So the final thought we want to leave you with isn't if Apple will launch a Fold, it's about when the price drops.
Right. With a premium $2,400 starting point, you have to start thinking, when does this incredible zero-crease tech democratize? When might we see the Fold for the masses? A device under, say, the typical Pro Max price point, likely somewhere in the 2028 timeline. That's something to mull over.